Hi, welcome back to Charley Talk. I'm John Sonderigger. We're talking today about the Backstoppers organization and a boat race on the Mississippi River on July 10th to benefit that organization. Let's turn to Jerry Doherty, our county councilman and resident of Portage de Sioux. The race is going to be on the river in front of your town. Tell us a little bit about it, Jerry.
Yes, sir. Basically, the race, like you said, is going to be, to benefit backstoppers and everything. It was kind of started last fall through the municipal league. They was wanting to help backstoppers. And in the past, we had done boat races on the river that benefited the Make-A-Wish Foundation. It's been a while since we had one, so we thought it was time to check into the interest, and the local support and the corporate support. Everybody's pretty well come on board, and we think it's going to be a very interesting and fun day for everybody involved.
Okay, let's clarify a little bit. You said in the past we had done races for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Mm-hmm. Who's we?
That was actually an organization called the Dardenne Slough River Association. It was a group of boaters on the Alton Pool that formed their own 501c3, and I think one of the first members, his grandson, was a recipient of a wish from Make-A-Wish, and they just got a group together, and it turned into be a very productive. I think the last year I was involved in it, they had raised a total of $454,000 for Make-A-Wish.
For Make-A-Wish. From one race?
No, that was their whole.
Their total.
For their total.
What's Make-A-Wish again? This is for children who... Make-A-Wish
is basically a terminally ill kid, and they'll apply for a wish, no matter where they would like to go, and the Make-A-Wish will try to grant it. They average about $5,000 a wish.
Oh, really?
But it's a very good organization, and St. Charles County Municipal League and the Executive's Office, as you had mentioned, wanted to get involved with this, and we just thought this would be a neat and fun way, and something different. I mean, granted, backstoppers, the Guns and Hoses tournament that they have is just unreal, and it's known everywhere, and we're hoping that this boats race will just complement that. It's no way to replace it. It's something to work with it.
The Guns and Hoses thing, that was Jerry Clinton's?
Yes, They've been doing it for over 20 years now and raised over $3 million for us. So.
And that's the night before Thanksgiving every year?
Yeah. Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. Yeah. It's quite an affair.
Yeah, this is where the cops and the firefighters put on the gloves and duke it out.
Yes, It's a lot of fun, and it's our biggest fundraiser of the year, and Jerry Clinton's been our angel in that regard. He's done a great job for us.
Well, maybe we'll get Jerry out here to the race, I mean, he's a former race car driver, Jerry. When I was covering sports for the Post-Dispatch, I covered auto racing and motorsports, and Jerry was a big one. He raced out at MAR, where the big ones are in Wentzville for years.
Yeah, well, yeah, all the support we can get. I mean, anybody that works with that down there, we'd love to see them out here. Along them lines and everything, we are drawing, we think, some pretty good race clientele, some of the hotter boats possibly off the East Coast and from the Lake of the Ozarks, because their big shootout race is not until August. So we're a month ahead of them, and we're hoping to draw some from there.
Well, how many entries are you expecting?
We're probably going to try to keep our entries between around 100 boats, simply the fact they'll have 2 runs. And if you just do the math, we want to hold the race basically to 6 hours. And by the time you let your wake settle and everything.
From when to when?
Basically, the actual race itself is going to be from 11 till 6.
Okay.
The whole event, the opening ceremony will be at 10 o'clock. The last entertainment act will probably start about 8:30 till 9:30. And then the grand finale is going to be a fireworks display.
So we're talking an all-day event here.
Yes, sir. It'll be 10 to 10, basically.
How many different classes of boats will there be?
Right now, they're looking at 6 different classes. Okay. They basically kind of work with some of the stuff at the Lake of the Ozarks and what Make-A-Wish races in the past we did, and tried to come up with something that works more farther river, and because it is a little. The actual race course is 400 feet wide and a half-mile long.
How's the river at that point? Is it pretty calm, or where that is? Or
we're on the actual slough side, off the main channel.
Okay.
We had one race there in the past, and it was very successful.
So that's pretty calm water in there, right?
And we will have basically about 2.5 miles of river will be in our permit. It will basically run from the shrine at Portage de Sioux till upstream from the St. Charles County Hideaway Park. So there's plenty of shutdown time for the boats, and we'll actually have the river shut off for protection.
How fast will they go?
The fastest boat we're looking at right now is between 225 and 250 miles an hour.
Now, is there a sanctioning organization that's set up and setting up the rules, or?
We're not running through a national association or nothing right now. We've got our own safety committee and everything, and what they say go is the rules.
So they make the classes, in other words.
If they say a boat's copper, a boat's copper.
Okay.
And we're not going to change it.
Now, is this drag boat racing or outboard racing?
It will be timed. It's all going to be done by radar, but in essence, I guess you would call it a drag race.
Are they going head-to-head or racing the clock?
They're going to race the clock.
Okay, so we're not going to.
We're going to run one boat at a time. They're not going to be.
That's good. You're not going to have any crashes.
No circle track.
Well, that's right. Now, what about the start of the race? Are they going to start from a dead stop, or are they going to have a practice lap and then come in and go, or how's it going?
Faster boats, they will give them. It's what's called a shotgun start.
Right.
And they're basically, there's about a half mile startup zone for them. I mean, when them boats hit the green light per se at the drag strip, they'll be up on plane, and then they got a half a mile to do their best.
So in other words, you're not going to have anybody red lighted at the start. They're coming along. They're going to be going.
That will be the faster boats.
Okay.
Now, yeah, the smaller craft and stuff, everything. It's going to be the Christmas tree standard.
Oh, so they could start too quick and get disqualified and all that.
I don't see that happening, but you
know.
Okay. Asphalt and water are a little different.
Have you ever been to a drag race over at MAR or out at the Gateway?
Yes, quite a few.
I mean, those things are fantastic the way they do that.
Actually, we will have boats, the way it's sounding, that will have the same horsepower and the same engines at what runs at the drag races. Do
they have aircraft engines, or what do they have? I mean,
it's a mix. I mean, there's pistons to turbines to, most of the hotter boats are going to be in a high performance class, all of their own. But
and how many do you say you're going to have altogether?
We're shooting for about 100 boats, as I'd be comfortable with that.
About 100. And are there any other boat races around this year? Creve Coeur?
To my knowledge, Winter Park and all of them are not having anything. Like I said, Lake of the Ozarks has got theirs in August, down at the lake. Their big shootout. But as far as I know, we should pretty well have St. Louis to ourselves this year.
What about ticket prices? And
right now we're looking at $10 for adults, $5 for children, and children under 6 will be free. That will get you shuttle parking, your parking permit, the fireworks, the race, the entertainment, and naturally we'll provide food and everything at a cost.
Shuttle parking will be where?
The parking lots we've got so far are in the upper parts of Portage de Sioux and everything, and then we will run shuttle down to it. We've got basically a 12-acre race area. And we're gonna.
Where is it?
At Portage de Sioux, it is actually at Liberty Harbor, which for years most people will know it as Venetian Harbor. The property adjoins right up to the race course on the river.
So if you're not really familiar with anything around there, it's best just to follow the signs and park and be taken to the race grounds, correct?
For the most part, the shuttle is going to be your only way into the actual race course.
How far will it be?
You're talking 3-4 blocks the most. Okay. We'll have plenty of signage and people assisting on that.
All right, and when it's not roundy round racing, it's straight, dead on against the clock.
Half-mile straight line.
Are they racing for prize money or trophies?
It's going to be trophies.
Trophies, okay. But a big event, a big trophy, right?
Yeah, we got a committee working strictly on the awards.
Okay.
And as far as the racers are concerned, that will be handed out at the end of the race. They're not going to have to come back, because some of these racers could be a couple 100 miles away.
Okay. You mean at the end of the race or at the end of the fireworks? Are they going to give them away right away?
I'm thinking we're going to give them away between the end of the race and the beginning of the main act.
Okay. What's the main act?
That will start about 8:30, and Scott will allude a little bit more into that.
Well, that's a good segue. We're going to take a little break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Scott about the entertainment and talk with Jerry a little more about the food service available on July 10th, Portage de Sioux. We'll be right back.